Peace to the gods and the goddesses, man. About to do a quick little video. It's gonna be a response to a question. Somebody had asked me about like suicide bombers and all that. Like, what's the whole gist behind these suicide bombers? Suicide bombers. I mean, there's many ways you could break it down, but we're dealing with the core over here. So, the one thing that came to my mind is this billions of people on the planet, son. You know how they always throw this number out there that there's 8 billion people on the planet? Such and such billions of people on the planet. And I started thinking to myself, like, is it really that much people on the damn planet? Because according to the Social Security number, how much numbers is on the Social Security? Let me see. There's only 9 numbers on the Social Security card. So that's like around 999,999,999 different variations of numbers that you could use on a Social Security number. You know, unless if they use the same Social Security number, then what I'm saying is null and void. Because they claim there's all these billions of people on the planet, but yet everybody doesn't have the same Social Security number. And it's 9 numbers on the Social Security card. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section. So that's only 999,999,999 different variations of algorithms that could be created. Now they say when somebody's dead, they don't use that number. I don't know if they changed it. They might have changed it, because everybody is assigned a specific, algorithm, also known as the Social Security number. So are they really 8 billion people on the damn planet when there's not even a billion variations for the social? It's not even 1 billion of variations. Or am I reading it wrong? Somebody let me know. You know what I mean? Somebody let me know, son, because I could be wrong. You know what I mean? But somebody let me know in regards to that. But yeah, these are suicide bombers. Suicide bombers. Suicide bombers known as, oh man, I'm getting a phone call right now. Yo, player, son, I ain't gonna be able to answer that call, play. I'm doing a video right now. I'm getting a phone call by the guard, Beard Red. Suicide bombers, is associated with the Islamic community, and they pass these individuals off as people who is fighting for a certain cause, and that cause is, they so-called hate America, because if you pay attention, America is feminine. So America would be like the other wife that, or it would be the wife that, quote unquote, Jesus had, because the story goes that Jesus had 2 wives. You know what I'm saying? So America could be one of them. So when you see these individuals, suicide bombers, they got this fetish that they just want to bomb these people over here, or just bomb in their own damn territory. They say a chant, because you got to know that's a sacrificial ceremony that they are engaging in. Suicide bomber. You got to look at the word suicide. Sewer is a system. You know what I'm saying? It has to do with a system. A system is something that's laid out by design. You know what I mean? Straight up. Back in the days, before they changed everything, sewer meant system. Now it has to do with, like these rails down here. But it's still a system. But most people just see a sewer as this, underground. You know what I'm saying? But you can still find the gist within it, because it's a system that operates underground, meaning it operates in the subconscious mind of the individuals who's viewing it, but they paint you a surface layer in regards to how you should be viewing it, and that has to do with the program known as a terrorist. So a sewer is a systematically designed, laid out, that carries waste. It gets rid of waste. So when you see suicide bombers running around and they run into a restaurant and they blow people up, those people that's being blown up, they are considered the waste that's being carried out by the sewer side. So the suicide bombers, they are all under a systematic design. These suicide bombers are being operated to carry out that task systematically. So a suicide bomber is a systematically designed execution. So they just want to tell you it's terrorists. They say a chant, Allah Akbar. You know what I'm saying? That basically means God is great. You know what I'm saying? God is great. God is great. Somewhere along the lines of that. But you got to ask yourself, who's great? Great is greatest of all times. Who's the greatest of all times? That's an acronym, GOAT. So when they say Allahu Akbar, they actually doing a chant to the sacrificial deity known as Baal or Baphomet, depending on how they utilizing it. So they sacrificing the people to the goat god. You know what I mean? And they also doing it to Alith, because Allah is Alith. And Alith comes from Lilith. And Lilith is a deity of death. It's the moon deity that they sacrificing these individuals to, depending on how they utilizing it. It could be a collaboration of sacrifices that's taking place. You know what I'm saying? A collaboration. Hold on. It could be a collaboration of sacrifices that's taking place. They brainwash, or should I say program? We ain't gonna be using that term brainwash. You know what I mean? Because when you brainwash, if you really think about it, when you brainwash, you are deprogramming and defragging. When you brainwashing, it's like you getting rid of all of those programs that once was injected into your brain, and you know what I mean? You're doing a reprogram. So it's like these people, they're not even so much brainwashed. You know what I'm saying? They're being programmed to carry out a systematically designed sacrifice, and that's under the guise of a suicide bomber. It all has to do with a phase. Notice every time a suicide bomber does something, you see a group of individuals that come up in there to make it seem like they're trying to figure out what happened. They already know what happened. That's just another phase to make these people assume that, well, we living in this hostile territory and the government ain't really got control. The last thing that the government wants the people to ponder on is that the government doesn't have control. The government is all about control. In fact, that's why they run that title known as a government. Governs your mind in all polarities, whether that be good or bad. You know what I mean? So it might look like a horrific scenario when a suicide bomber run up in a mall and kill 1,000 people. You might look at that as a horrific scenario and be like, damn, son, the government is losing their grips. Babylon is falling. Hell no. That's part of the plan. The beast operates both polarities. He controls the chaos, which people associate with negative, and they control the fertility, which would be the life, the birth, the pleasant. They operate on both sides of the damn field. So when you see a plane flying into a building and they telling you that that is a terrorist attack, you got to know that a terrorist is a program that came out of the government. That's why you even hear these people say in these old YouTube videos that bin Laden was trained by the United States government. You know what I'm saying? They would be like, well, these terrorists, they was trained by the United States government. What are they telling you? That they were programmed. You know what I'm saying? They were programmed by the government. Why? Because the government had a plan when they was at the shareholder, you know, the board meeting, the gathering of the real masters. Not these fake masters out here with these BS debates. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only using that term real masters because they really doing things. I mean, but the humans ain't the real masters. The real masters, they ain't even on this damn planet. You know what I mean? They up there on the Nibiru. You know what I mean? But the gathering of the masters in the board meetings, you know, the Masonic gathering, all the boards, all of the checkers that's on the board come together. And they say, we have a program that we want to program into this matrix. Because that's what they do when they have board meetings. That's how they program. We're going to program this program. We're going to call it terrorism. That's the name of the program, you know, like Windows. We have some subjects that we are going to program. You know, they just use a word like train. And we're going to put them in certain positions of a specific territory where we want to exercise this program. They call in this guy named bin Laden, Al-Qaeda, whoever it is. They come up in there, they program them, give them what they need. Next thing you know, they open up a camp, a training camp, which is no different than a damn school. Go there to learn how to run a simulation. Hold on. Go there to learn how to run a simulation. And then when you run the simulation, you know what I mean? You go out there and you carry out the program. Terrorists. That's all part of the governmental plan. Everything that happens in this dimension is not random. It's all planned. See, that's what the Garveys need to realize. They need to realize that there is no such thing as random. There is no such thing as believing. Everything is calculated. Even a miscalculation is calculated. Just because it didn't play out with the type of calculations that you calculated, it doesn't mean that it was not calculated, because a miscalculation is also calculated. You know? So there is no such thing as a random event. There are events that take place that people synchronize with their calculations. And then you have events that take place that people mis-synchronize because their calculations was off beat. But it's not random. You know what I mean? Just have people that can't identify the calculations. And that would be the God race. When they assume this is all random, some terrorist attack and all this and all that, these suicide bombers. That's a systematically designed bomb. You know what I mean? When they send people in to sacrifice people because they are waste, they're useless. They're useless. They're useless. You know what I mean? Sewer. The system. So we're going to create this system this program known as a terrorist, this simulation known as a terrorist, and we're going to get rid of some of these people. Because if you're in the same area where a suicide bomber is, you got to know y'all vibrating on that same frequency. You know what I mean? Because when you vibrating on a certain frequency, ain't no demons gonna want to come around you, son. They not gonna want to come around you. Man, this smoke stink, man. You take this van off. It's on blowing all the way over here. Yeah. So you gotta know that bomb go off and you in that radius of that bomb, you ain't vibing as high as you think you vibing. You know what I'm saying? Because souls keep spirits at bay. See this right here? See that oversoul and what they call space? That keeps spirits at bay. Spirits can't go nowhere near that. One of the main reasons why these planets is positioned so far from the sun is because these are spirit worlds. And the spirits can't be that close to the sun because they will be destroyed. The particles that keep their energy together would separate. That's a form of destroying energy. When you keep the particles from uniting and forming that body, that's a form of destroying. So these people who get caught up in these suicide bombs, terrorist attacks, they are useless, waste. They waste. That's why they get rid of them. That's why they are getting rid of. You hear these people say, even when they show you in the movies, when people get caught up in certain terrorist attacks, what's the only thing that come out of these people's mouth? I want to go home. I just want to go home. I just want to go home. So you see that their life, their most pinnacle exploration has to do with going home. I don't want to be right here, right now. I don't want to die. I just want to go home. That's a response of a useless individual. Going home. You are home. Earth is your home. No matter where you go on this rock, you home. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And you will be going to your immediate home, which would be the lunar dimension. Straight up. So those suicide bombers, that's all part of the government, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all part of the government. United States government, the Israeli government. It don't matter what it is, because those terrorists, they all over the planet. You know what I mean? It could be the European government. It don't matter what territory that they call these different land masses, man. They all over. You know what I mean? So it's all part of the design to get rid of the useless. It's not like these people, because if you really think about it, man, if these people really truly got a problem with how things is being ran in society, why is it that they don't go to the main idea? How come you don't hear about nobody trying to run up in no Rockefeller building, blowing up the damn Rockefellers, son? You don't never hear about nobody trying to blow up the Illuminati. You know, ain't nobody trying to run up on the Illuminati. These people always talk about the struggle and, you know what I'm saying, all this and all the powers that be. But then when it comes time for these people to try to, you know what I'm saying, really make a change, according to them, they want change. They don't try to run up on the Illuminati. They always blame the Illuminati for everything. But when it comes time to actually solve the problem, which is who they blaming, which is the Illuminati for everything, ain't nobody trying to run up on the Illuminati with no suicide bombs. Ain't nobody trying to snipe the Illuminati from 50 yards away. You know what I'm saying? Nobody trying to. So that's letting you know right there, it's all fake, man. That's letting you know it's all fake. You blowing up people that ain't got nothing to do with the Illuminati. You know what I mean? That's like you driving down the street, somebody run a red light, hit your car, you get out the car, walk on the sidewalk, and smack somebody that's coming out the store. What the hell that person had to do with you getting into a damn accident? So you're not even channeling the energy in regards to how you address the reason why you are a suicide bomber or a terrorist. You know what I mean? They telling you that the Illuminatis or the powers that be or the government is the problem, but here you killing the people who's in the same struggle as you. Okay, so that's showing you right there that is a extension of COINTELPRO. Your terrorists are a shadow government group. When they telling you about some ISIS, they telling you about Lilith. That is a faction. That's no different than the KKK. You know what I mean? The beast ain't about to put nothing on TV that he ain't got in pocket. So when they telling you about ISIS and that this is some terrorist group that's against the government, you got to know against means to be with. Against doesn't necessarily mean that you are versing that individual. It's like that's your opponent. You know what I'm saying? Against means to be down with. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are challenging that individual. So when they say that they are against the United States government, that is a play on words to the mentally weak people. Damn, they going against the government. They going against our way of living. They don't like how the way we live. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. They are one with the government. They are just a shadow version, an extension. You know what I'm saying? The shadow version have to do with the sewer. You know what I'm saying? Which is beneath your subconscious mind, beneath your feet. It's something that's operating and you're not aware of how it's operating. You know what I mean? You know it's there. You don't really know how it operates, but you know it's there. So you just keep it in the background task manager, running that program in the background. You know what I mean? You're running that program in the background. And they give you a surface, which is the street, so you can't really see what's going on. The surface would have to do with, well, these terrorists, they just jealous of us. Why the hell a terrorist got to be jealous of you? And the terrorist beef is with the government, according to how they be trying to pass it off. So it's showing you right, it's a bunch of BS. All these damn terrorists are shadow extensions of the government. That's why the government have codes, statutes, ordinances, and things like that. That's in relation to the terrorists. That's why when if a terrorist get captured, they have rules of engagement. How the hell you got rules of engagement for a freaking terrorist? According to how they trying to break it down, a terrorist is a threat to life. So there should be no rules of engagement. It should be kill on sight. But if you capture a terrorist, hold on, man, he's a prisoner of war. There's rules of engagement we got to follow. What the freak you mean? Because it's a game. It's another Masonic game. They are all agents for the damn beast. And some of them are even the beast them damn selves. And they sacrificing these people to either the moon or the sun. Don't matter if it's Saturn. Saturn is a moon itself. You know what I mean? Straight up. And you know, when they die, they put them in a monolith. They put them in a monolith known as a coffin. You know what I mean? There ain't no such thing as a coffin. That's a pillar. Look at the coffin, man. See, the reason why the guard race, they don't really be able to see what's going on because they have a linear mindset. You know, they program you to see things one way. So, you know, you're always looking at a damn coffin horizontal. And they program you to see it that way. But just hold it up vertical, man. You're looking at a pillar, which is a monolith. I was speaking about the twin pillars the other day, showing the building. See, one got the moon, one got the sun on it. You know what I mean? So you either being sacrificed to the moon or to the damn sun. You know what I mean? So it's just another damn game. And these are the kind of games that these people play. It ain't like no video game or no checkers or trouble or Scrabble. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know that these people's minds operate on a higher wave band. So Scrabble ain't gonna entertain them. You know what I mean? They need people to really die so they could feel that energy. Thousands of people get blown up and they just sitting there watching it on screen because that's how they watch real movies. You go to the movie theater and watch fake movies. Movies where people get shot. Fake. They're using blanks and you see like blood packets explode beneath their clothes and you think they're getting shot up and you look at stage explosions and all this and all that and you think that's crazy. But the beasts, they need to see that for real. They need to really see a plane fly into a freaking building and kill thousands of people. Now that is a real movie that they watch. You know what I mean? They watching real movies. People, where people really die. And they get a rush out of that. Why? Because they know that they are responsible and they never gonna get caught. Well, I ain't gonna say never. But they know they ain't getting caught at that present moment. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine when you was young and you used to play little pranks on people. You know what I'm saying? You used to like do your little pranks, do things, and people ain't know that you was doing it. And you used to get like this little energy, this little burst of energy. You know what I'm saying? That nobody knows what's going on. And you just sitting there, you know what I'm saying? With the look on your face like Mr. Grinch. And you get that little energy and that flow through your body and you're like, I'm getting away with it. And it makes you feel some kind of way. Now amplify that energy 1 billion times. Because that's what they feel when they do it for real. That's how they eat. They eat off the frequency of death. You know what I mean? So these suicide bombers, man, you know, it's all part of the program. You know what I mean? It's all part of the program. But you know, the way how they program you to see it is also part of the program. Well, you know, we out here and you got all these terrorists and, you know, they flying planes and buildings and they over here trying to kill this person and, you know, they blew up this mall and they blew up this daycare and they got gasoline in the back of a truck. They blowing up a bridge and they showing it to the people on TV and the people on TV, they like, oh my God, I'm scared to go outside. Now they looking, every time they see an Arab pass by in a cab, they like, you goddamn terrorists. You know, just like when they see a carbonated man, they call him the racist slurs. You know, so they programming you to render a certain like a certain type of consciousness in regards to how you see people. Before that situation even occurred, you didn't even see those people like that. But because they programmed you to see them that way, now every time you see them, you run that simulation. You know what I'm saying? That's why when the beasts see carbonated people, they get all nervous. Because what they doing is when they see them, they running the programs that they got from TV. And the same thing with the carbonated man. Every time he see a beast, he always take the damn bass out of his damn voice. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they program to react when they are in the presence of a freaking creature, man. You know what I mean? They program you, son. And that's all coming in by way of the government, which is a bunch of freaking high degree Masons. Why you think all these people that's in politicians, these politics, these people that own these corporate buildings, these people that own GM, Mazda, Ford, Mercedes-Benz, Camry, they own Sony, they own Microsoft, they own United Airlines, American Airlines, Arab Airlines, Oils, BP, DuPont, you know what I'm saying? All these people, they all Masons. Every single last one of them, son. There is not a person on this goddamn planet right now that owns a megalithic corporation, you know what I'm saying, not a party to ownership of a megalithic corporation or a megalithic product that is not a Mason or Eastern Star. Every single last one of them is a damn Mason or Eastern Star. They push that BS illusion talking about, yo, hard work pays off. The hell out of here, man. It ain't got nothing to do with hard work. It got to do with who you know and what you are willing to do. You know what I'm saying? And the who you know has to do with what Masonic order you're down with. It ain't just you knowing somebody that got pulled. Like how they train you on I know son on the block right there, he holding it down, so I'm good. Nah, we ain't talking about no crap like that, son. We talking about when you know somebody, you're one with that group. That's the know I'm talking about. So the people that you know has to do with the order, the Masonic order that you're down with. You know what I mean? And the pull, or should I say, how far you willing to go, has to do with what you're willing to do. Are you willing to sacrifice? And if you are willing to sacrifice, how much you willing to sacrifice? Let's find out how much this guy sitting up here, this girl sitting up here talking about they down with the Masonic order. Yeah, they down. We gonna see what's good, man. The hell with what your mouth say. We gonna set the stage. You know what I mean? Hold on. You know what I mean? The hell with what your mouth say, because people sign a lot of checks with their mouth. But, you know, one thing the Masons do, they create that stage to actually flush out that damn degenerate gene, or they're going to flush out that being inside of you that's willing to do whatever it takes. One way or the other, they're going to find out. You know what I mean? So they all Masons. They all Eastern Stars. And this ain't good and it ain't bad, because they don't operate as good or bad. I'm talking about the real Masons. They operate as overseers, seeing what is needed to be done in order to remain in permission, not power. They have the illusion of power, which is permission. I already broke that down in past videos. Check them archives. You know what I mean? They'll tell you these stories. Well, yeah, you know, Mark Zuckerberg, you know, him and his boy was in some college dorm room, and, you know, they was studying computers, whatever the course they were studying up in there. Think about it, course. The course. What's the course? The course has to do with how the ship is being charted on the oceans. Where the wind blow, how you put up the sail, set a course. You know what I'm saying? It's in forged timeline. So, you know, they up in college and, you know, they're studying the course, and, you know, the college artificial constellation, you know, so they studying the course and they doing it. They came up with some idea for fake book. Man, the freak out of here, man. That's what they tell the weak-minded individuals so they could keep hoping and say, oh, one day I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it in the world. You already in the world. You just operating on the outside skirts. You know what I mean? You operating on the outside skirts. Mark Zuckerberg is a Mason. They know how to act their ass off. All these actors that's in Hollywood are all Masons and Eastern Stars. Every single last one of them. There is not an actor or actress that's in Hollywood that is not a Mason or an Eastern Star. They all Masons, man. You know what I mean? And they know how to act their ass off. They know how to act. They know how to manipulate your emotions. Because they know that emotions is a simulation. You don't really have to be in a certain experience to trigger your emotions. For instance, you don't have to have a gun pointed to your head in order to be fearful for your life. Hollywood actors show you every goddamn time they on screen that emotions is a simulation. You see these people stand in front of the camera and cry and drop to their knees when it appears that their son has died in some car accident. That ain't really their son. But they performing as if it's their son. Why? Because they learn how to trigger the simulation known as emotions. They know how to manipulate the simulation known as emotions on command. They could trigger it with a thought. But, you know, the way how the members of the guard race operate now, they need to be in the thought for it to be triggered. Meaning that they need to be in a certain circumstance in order for the emotions to be triggered. They need the Caucasian need to call you the N-word. Now you get triggered. Hollywood actors, they don't need that. They could trigger it at will. They could cry at will. They could make you assume that a situation really occurred. Wife cheating on a husband, husband cheating on a wife. You know, wife got robbed at the light, shot in the stomach, she was pregnant. They create all these scenarios that trigger emotions. They showing you that emotions is a simulation. It's something that is triggered by way of experiences. And it's all in the freaking mind. Because Hollywood actors go into their mind and they trigger the emotions. Your emotions is not real. It is fake. It's part of your physical body. When you come out the body now, as I stated before in past videos, when you come out the body, there is no crying, there is no breathing, there is no pain, there is no joy, there is no all this crap these people be talking about, peace, one with nature. Peace means to be separated. When you hear these people talking about, like these people who get caught up in these terrorist sites and terrorist altercations, bombs this and bomb that, people standing on a sign, oh, yo, we want peace. We just want peace. We want peace. They want separation. That's what peace means. Peace means to separate. It doesn't mean harmony. Well, you know, I'm in a situation right now where there's a whole bunch of turmoil happening. You know what I mean? I just want everything to be good. I just want everything to be happy, lovey-dovey, joy, joy. That's not peace. That ain't peace at all. You know what I mean? Peace means to separate. Realistically speaking, a separation. Meaning I want to separate from this madness. But you know, they programmed you to see peace as something that's emotional rather than an action. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting till they give me a call. Huh?
You have to call them?
Yeah, you gotta call them.
And tell them
Yeah. You know what I mean? When you're looking at these doctors that work in these big hospitals, whether they're a man or a woman, they Masons and Eastern Stars. They're not there because they dare. They there because they know what the hell they're doing, and what's more important is that they are trusted. Because anybody can learn how to cut somebody open, but not everybody you could trust, man. You need to stick that needle in somebody to harvest some damn organs. You know, a lot of people, you know, they ain't built for that, man. So, it's, you know, the chosen few. You could, like your man Jay-Z said, it's a secret society. All we ask is trust. Can we really trust you? You know what I mean? That's what it's all about, man. You know what I mean? So when you look at these top doctors and top lawyers and top judges and all this and all that, they all Masons, they all Eastern Stars, man. And they did because they, you know, they could do the job and they could trust them. The way how this world is ran is a one big ass illusion, man. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole bunch of people running around the damn Ferris wheel, making them think that they going somewhere, but you ain't going nowhere, because no matter where you go on this goddamn planet, you still on Earth. You get in a plane, the plane land, you on Earth. You get on a boat, the boat dock, you on Earth. You get in a car, you drive, wherever you go, you still on Earth. So where the hell you going? You ain't going nowhere. You still running in a circle. Running in a circle doesn't literally mean you on some damn hamster wheel. It means that you are in a quote unquote circle, and I'm just speaking a language because I already broke down that the circle is just the magnetism that's bending the light that they call a sky that appears to be round, but you're running in it. You are inside of an illusion. You're going nowhere. You know what I mean? Did you leave and go to the real solar system? These people don't even talk about the ether realms. These people don't even talk about the ether. You gotta call them, mommy, call them. Okay, so you got to These people don't even talk about the ether realms. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. They got the people running around in an illusion, making them assume that they're going somewhere. But you all be manipulated by the sewer. You know what I mean? Being utilized and used and wasted. Straight up. So that whole suicide bomber thing, man, it's all an illusion, man. It's an illusion in the sense in regards to how they trying to portray that you got this group out here and they just trying to kill people because they so-called displeased with the powers that be. Man, please, they down with the powers that be. The permissioners at hand. The permissions that be. They down with them, son. They just rocking y'all asleep. Rocking the guardrails to sleep. They ain't worrying about the damn humans. You know what I mean? Because that's how they going to be acting anyway. They going to be trying to get at each other anyway, son. That's what animals do. You see a herd of animals crawling, walking through a certain territory, and then you got animals that just come out the bushes and start scheming on them. You see some damn zebras trying to migrate, then you got a bunch of lions and hyenas just like, yeah, I see they got a couple over here. I got dibs on sun right there. They already scheming. That's what the humans do naturally, son. They naturally scheme on people, man. You know what I mean? We just got caught up in the crossfire. Because we lost our damn identity, man. It's supposed to be vibrating as the damn souls. Now we running around here with all these programs. Black man, black woman, African, human. I came from my mother's womb. The hell you came from a womb? You ain't come from no freaking womb. You need to stop that damn illusion. Ain't no soul come from no freaking womb. You cannot create energy. You are a soul. Your vessel came through the womb. You know what I mean? Because it was planted in there by your father. You know what I mean? So the vehicle that your soul uses came from your mother and your father. But you, the soul, you went in the vehicle. See, they want to give you this illusion that how you come into this world has to do with a baby coming out of a woman's vagina. That's an illusion, son. That's some surface description crap. You know what I mean? You in this world without a damn, you could be in this world without coming through a damn vagina, son. Because when people die, they spirits or they souls roam the damn planet. They still here though. So how the hell you need to be on this damn planet to come through some damn womb? See, they pushing this crap to stroke the woman's ego. You know what I mean? Trying to talk about, well, yeah, you know, her womb is the giver of life. No, her womb represents death. Her womb represents dying. Because every time a baby comes out of the womb, it is dying. That Ankh is the symbol of dying, and the crucifix is death. That's why the Ankh came before the cross. Because you got to be dying before you die, which is death. You know what I'm saying? You got to be dying before you dead. Death.
She said no, we have got to go. She said you're going to.
They ain't give me no. Hold on. Who I gotta pick up? They ain't give me nothing. Oh, they did give me a pickup. Yeah, they did give me a pickup. Yeah, Ocean Parkway. They just sent it.
Just send it to you, right? Okay. So who's gonna? So you gotta call. Did you talk? So she said she'll send someone.
Yeah, I guess somebody else gonna come.
All right. Thank you, Mom.
I don't know why they doing it like that.
Yeah, me know why they doing it like
No
that.
sense. If you're here, where you going? What they send you to?
Right to Coney Island Hospital.
Okay. It's far from here.
Nah, it's not even far.
Don't worry with them and the
It's about 5-10 minutes away. All right now. Yeah, so you know, the Ankh symbolizes the die. You don't need to to be on this planet. You don't need to come through no womb. You know, you don't even need to come through a womb to be in the physical realm, because there's plenty of times, you know, I see out of disembodied entities, and they not you know what I'm saying, they ain't come through no womb. See them all the time, son. You know what I mean? But you know, they got to keep pushing the illusion that that's something that's needed. No, it's not something that is needed. Ether light is coming into this dimension, which represents high etheric solar energy. That ain't coming in here into no womb. Look at the sunlight, what they call daytime. It's coming into this dimension without a womb. You know, but they always want you to focus on the physical, son, when you should be looking at things energetically. But they stay pushing illusions, man. And I know why they pushing that in the conscious community, because they're a bunch of damn demons. They worship in the gland. I stated before, man, a woman's vagina is a gland. They gland worshipers, man. They worship feelings. Out of the down, when you look at the root of all of their worship, it all has to do with a feeling. So they worship feelings. So yeah, man, it's a quick little video right there. So what's our Bommers is, man, they all part of the government, man. Shadow government. Cause you gotta know it's always an overt side to something. Always an overt side to something. So you got the obvious government that's in the day, but then, which is the Pentagon, and then you have the inverted Pentagon, which would be the shadow government. You know what I mean? But yo, man, I'm up out of here, man. I already know what it is, man.